Hooty-hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. Today's Tuesday, November 17th. What is happening today? Well, the market opened up about 400 points down. Yesterday it opened up 400 points up. We're starting to come back a little bit at the time I'm recording this. We're about down 300 points on the Dow. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk a little bit about real estate. Real estate. Everybody asks me, when is the real estate market going to crash? Now, I'm a real estate broker, to give you full disclosure. I sell houses, and that's what I do. That's where I make a lot of money. So let's talk about this for a minute. Everybody thinks the real estate market's going to crash, but nobody's sure when. Well, actually, not everybody thinks it's going to crash. Ask your real estate agent if they think the market's going to go down, and they'll tell you, no. Real estate agents always say it's a great time to buy. Well, if they tell you it's a great time to buy right now, I think they're lying to you. We're actually getting into the slower time of the season. The time between Thanksgiving and New Year's basically is a slow time historically for real estate. Right now on my street I have 3 houses up for sale. I don't have them up for sale, but there are 3 individual homes for sale, and they're all vacant. They're all sitting vacant. Now, I live right by Apple Computer. Now, could it be that these people used to work at Apple Computer and they no longer have to go into work every day so they can work remotely? So why not sell their $2 million house next to Apple Computer and move away and buy maybe a $400,000 or $500,000 house and just work remotely? I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what they're doing. I think that's what we're getting. But now, who's going to come in and buy these homes? That's the question. That's what we're faced with right now. Now, right now, I will admit we have all-time low inventory. The inventory of homes for sale is at a record low. Interest rates are at a record low. Okay, but what do we got? What do we got? What's at a record high? Oh, let me think. Oh, yeah, prices. Prices are at a record high. We just got the data out. We're up 15% year over year in the United States. 15%. We're higher now than we were before the pandemic. Okay, so we got, let's say, 20 million people out of work, and home prices are, well, roughly 10 to 15% higher. Makes perfect sense to me, right? Now, are we in a bubble? Are we in a bubble? Well, let's think about this. Were we in a bubble in 2007, 2008, right before home prices all collapsed? I think we were. I don't think anyone could argue we're not. So if we're higher than we were in 2008, wouldn't we be in a bubble now? I think we are. Yes, I think we are. Now, okay, so what can happen here? Now, can we get a bigger bubble? Can we get this bubble to blow up bigger? Absolutely. What could they do? Well, interest rates they got them pretty well close to 0% already. I guess we could take negative interest rates and maybe they will pay you to buy a home. Is that possible? With the Fed we have today, anything's possible. Anything. It's all on the table. You know, maybe the Fed is going to come in and start buying all the houses so that they don't go down. Because here's what we got. And this is what scares me. And this is why I know we have a real estate crash coming. I'm going to tell you when it's going to come. I actually know when the real estate market, the residential real estate market, is going to crash. I'm going to explain that to you in a minute here. But first, let's talk about what we have so that you understand why it's going to crash. Okay, so right now we have 2.5, almost 3 million. We're going up to 3 million people that are over 90 days delinquent on their mortgages. Now, during this time of COVID, we can't say you're delinquent. Okay, that's politically incorrect. We can't say you're 90 days late on your payments. What we say is you are in forbearance. Now, I know some of these people will come back and they will catch up and they will make their payments. Okay, some of these, let's call it 2.5 million people, will catch up. But some of these should be in foreclosure right now. Some of these people, they're not going to make their payments. They bought a house that was too expensive for them. They can't afford the payments, and normally they'd walk away and that house would come onto the market for sale. But they're not walking away now because they don't have to pay. Isn't that great? Stay as long as you want. You don't need to pay. That's what the government's saying right now. Okay, so we call that forbearance. Forbearance. Think about it. Remember this. 2.5 million of those are not paying their mortgages. Over 90 days late. That's at least 3 months. Some are as much as 8 months to a year behind on their mortgage payments. Okay. All right, so let's just think about that. What if just 1 million of them come on the market? Okay, let's say 1.5 million of them start to make their payments and they don't come on. But what if 1 million of those homes come on the market? They'll hit it like a tsunami, hit the market like a tsunami. But that's not the only problem we have right now. We have renters, 15 million of them. 15 million are not paying their rent. They're not paying. They're just not paying. Are they leaving? Oh, you don't have to leave right now. Can't leave. It's COVID. Okay, you don't have to pay rent and you don't have to leave. It's the best of both worlds, right? Well, not if you're the landlord. If you're the landlord, you're going, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. How do I get my money? How do I get my money? Well, some of these landlords, they have mortgages and they can't pay their mortgages. Now, the good thing, the bank can't take their house right now because of the forbearance. So you got the tenants not paying because there's the eviction moratorium, and then you got the landlord not paying the bank because there's a forbearance. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. So what happens? Well, let's just say that after the eviction moratorium goes off, you got 15 million. What if they evict half of them? What if they only evict, let's say 7 million of them? 7 million people get kicked out of their home all at once. What happens? What happens to that? Where do they go? I don't know. I don't have the answers. What I'm starting to see is a lot of homeless camps, a lot of tents coming up. I mean, we've lived in tents for thousands and thousands of years. The human race knows how to live in tents. Is that the way we want it to go? I don't know. But I'm seeing this. I'm seeing it right here where I live in Cupertino. They have homeless camps on the streets in Cupertino where people just set up a tent and they live there. That's fascinating to me. Never in my life have I seen that before. And I've lived here most of my life. Okay, so everybody wants to know when the market is going to collapse. When is it going to drop like a rock? When is this tsunami of homes going to hit the market all at once and see these prices collapse? I'll tell you when. As soon as they stop the forbearance program. It's going to happen about 3 to 6 months after they end the forbearance program. Now, my understanding is it was supposed to end on the 31st of December, so January 1. No. They extend that out to March. Okay, so we're already extended out to March of next year. Now, are they going to keep extending it to June, to September? Are they going to extend it to 2022, 2023? Are they just going to say, hey, just go ahead and stay? Just go ahead and stay. Maybe they are. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think even our politicians are that dumb. I don't think they're that stupid. Eventually we got to get back to where people have to pay their rent. People have to pay for their mortgages. People cannot just stay for free. Otherwise, I mean, in real estate terms, that's called a squatter. A squatter, they move into like a vacant house and they have rights. They have squatters' rights. Isn't that amazing? You can move into a vacant house and if nobody catches you for 6 months, they can't kick you out. And during COVID, they definitely can't kick you out. They can't relocate you during COVID. Isn't that interesting? So maybe find a vacant house and just move in. I don't know. I'm not condoning that. No, that's not the solution. But when is it going to collapse? It's going to collapse 3 to 6 months after we take off the forbearance. Now, when is the government going to take off the forbearance? Your guess is as good as mine. Can it go on forever? No, it cannot. It cannot. It will not. It will come to an end. And as soon as you hear that the forbearance is over, 3 to 6 months after that is when the real estate market is going to be hit with just a tsunami of houses coming onto the marketplace. And that's not the only ones. There's a lot of people that want to sell right now. They just don't want people going through their home during this COVID time. And I get that. I understand that. The houses that are for sale on my street, they're all vacant. But this is what my opinion is of the real estate market. If you have a place to sell, if you have a rental property, if you have a vacation home that you want to get out of, now is the time. Do not wait for the forbearance to end. You will end up taking less money for your property. Right now is a good time to sell if you have something to sell that you want to get out of. While prices are still elevated at record highs, do I think they're going much higher from here? I don't think so. I do not think so. I don't think you're missing out. I know a lot of people think they're going to double from here because, the printing of money is going to make them double. No. I don't think so. Real estate, it's a debt leveraged asset. And when the debt bubble explodes, it's going to collapse. When the forbearance ends, it's going to collapse. This is my opinion. I'm Tall Mike. I'm a stock market gambler. Get out there today and have some fun. We'll talk again tomorrow. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk real soon. Bye-bye.